It was probably, other than those turnovers that we had, it was probably one of our better offensive games against Chicago this season. Obviously, they're dealing with a great deal of adversity. Guys out of the lineup, but we're still working our habits, and so the train goes on.
You mentioned the turnovers, but overall the ball movement in this game, considering these guys haven't played a whole lot together lately, you had to be pretty happy with that.
Yeah, and again, it's the habit we're trying to instill. We really feel and hope that we've gotten better with it each month in the 3 years we've been together. Of trusting and moving the ball, getting to those situations, allowing other people to make plays. And against a team that's very good defensively like this, particularly on the strong side, that trust level gets tested. And tonight, guys were playing freely. We were getting the shots that we wanted. And so it was a step in the right direction, because before that, in the 3 games, we had not played well offensively. Even in the game that we won, we did not play well offensively, certainly not like this. And you have to absolutely credit their defense.
Even though obviously there's a rivalry here with you guys and them, 29 field goals for them and 30 fouls, did you almost need a game like this as far as getting ready for the physicality that's going to wait on some level next weekend? Yeah,
it's always a tough balance. We're trying to get ready. And you play a team that's physical like this, it gets you ready for next week, but it won't be anywhere near what next week will be about. But certainly it'll be more similar to what we'll be able to simulate in our shoot-around on Wednesday and the practices Thursday and Friday, or possibly Saturday. So you want to use these games as much as you can to get guys ready. The guys were able to get minutes. I even talked to Dwayne in the fourth quarter. He wanted to blow it out in the fourth. I don't think I'll play him tomorrow, so it was good to get him those minutes. We'll just continue to try to move forward this week.
Erik, I think Chris Anderson had a season high today, 15 points. Can you talk about how he's fitting in, not only from a basketball standpoint, but also just his personality with the guys?
Yeah, well, it's not the easiest locker room to walk into, and particularly mid-season. So he has a personality. That's what this team is about, big personalities. But they also know when to turn it on, and when the red light is on, that it's go time. And Chris understands that very well as well. He is a personality, but he is a worker. He's disciplined. He's diligent. He's probably in there riding the bike right now. He usually is after every single game. And his game fits with us. Defensively, he's already built that reputation over the course of his career as a defender, shot blocker, rebounder. You're seeing that. Then offensively, when teams try to cheat on us, either with putting 2 in front of the ball on Dwayne and LeBron or shading to the three-point shooters, he makes them pay. We're not running any plays for him. He just has a great knack for finding open spots in the paint at the rim, very good hands, and we're keeping teams honest now when he's in there in those minutes.
Both against Boston and now today against Chicago, you noted the ball movement, how it's finding good shots. It's also finding a variety of guys getting opportunities for those shots. Is that something that is just a part of the way that you're using your guys, or is that something that will roll on?
First of all, it's the habit we've been trying to build all season long. Open man, hit him, regardless of who it is. And as the season's gone along, guys have started to understand, okay, we do have a lot of weapons here. It doesn't have to be one player making a play. It's a team ego, team play. And then when some of our starters were sitting out and other guys stepped in and played capably and proved that they're capable of making plays as well, there's no point in the ball not moving. But you have to have a team ego that it doesn't matter who gets the shot, that we're forcing triggers and moving the ball, and anybody can make that play off of that assist or hockey assist.
Erik, I know last year you used the last week of the season almost like as a maintenance / mini training camp for your guys. Think you'll do that with the front line again?
Well, that's why we treated this game the way we did. We wanted to log decent amount of minutes for the guys. We knew it'd be a physical game. A lot of the situations are similar to what we'll see with Milwaukee, so this is probably the best thing we could possibly do. And then, yes, as we move forward, we'll continue with tomorrow, figure out who plays, but we'll play that game to try to prepare. And then Wednesday's shoot-around will be more of a practice. And then we'll go from there as soon as we find out when we play.
Erik, a couple weeks ago you said that what was good enough to win a title last year might not be good enough to do so this year. Can you sort of delve into that a little more and also discuss how this team is different from last year's in 2011's?
It just never is good enough. If you don't evolve as a team, and we didn't have to look any further than how tough it was for us just to get to that opportunity to play for it. But we anticipated that teams would get better during the offseason, and they did, either via experience or adding players. That's why we were aggressive during the offseason. But it started with having a growth mindset, and we started really hammering home that concept in the preseason, that don't stay the same. Individually, you've got to get better. Collectively, every month, we have to try to get better. And you don't know what we're going to face in that second season. But if teams improve and we played the same way, it probably wouldn't be good enough. And we don't know if this is good enough either, but I think we're a better team now going into the playoffs than we were last year. So hopefully we're better prepared. We think we have more depth, in the event that we're dealing with injuries or circumstances that are outside of our control, and our guys have kept themselves mentally right for the sacrifice to be able to be there when we need them.
Just for clarification, Erik, would you think that LeBron and Chris Bosh probably won't play tomorrow?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll talk about it because we have our whole schedule now in front of us. We know who we're playing, and we want to prepare. We want to keep a rhythm. Our guys have a good rhythm right now, but we also want to be smart about it and start to strike the balance. So I've already started to give it some thought. And the only thing we really have to go on is our last 2 years of experience of what we've done.
Erik, you mentioned, since continuing this theme of minutes, you mentioned you talked with Dwayne. Was that he wanted to stay in, you wanted to come out?
Well, I was going to try to keep his minutes to around 32. In the fourth quarter, I was going to take him out about the 6. I talked to him, and he said, "Hey, it feels good." And a TV game, you have those longer timeouts. And without him playing tomorrow, he really wanted to blow it out and work his conditioning, and it seemed fine.
It seems you grew up on in the NBA when everybody played every minute, and I understand why. The maintenance thing. Look at Kobe's injury as an idea. When did that change? When for you? Do you remember? Was there a time when teams started shutting it down? Because under Pat, nobody did, and you look at Michael Jordan's minutes, but in the last 4 or 5 years,
every situation is different, and that's the only thing that I'm looking at right now. And again, I don't even feel a case to defend what we're doing. We're in a different situation. We're dealing with real circumstances. Dwayne was out for an extended period of time for a reason. I wasn't holding him out. We wanted to get him healthy. Same thing with LeBron, and Chris was out with the flu. So we're trying to strike that balance. Do we have the formula? No one does. It's not an exact science. We feel we've peaked at the right time the 2 previous years and have been able to maintain our balance, but also move forward and getting better and keeping your rhythm. And hopefully that's the case this year, but you never know until you actually start. We do know that it'll be very real next weekend.